plate. Dylan Greeno, the lefty, comes with the 0-0 pitch. And that one is fouled away off to the right side to start the day. So it's pitch number 1 and strike number 1 for Dylan Greeno Groom.
That wind has died down a bit there, James.
Yes.
And before it was one of those just hit it up in the air and it's going to get out by itself.
Yeah, if you hit it towards left field, that ball was going to carry more than you think. That second pitch there from Dylan Greeno Groom was just a bit high and outside for ball number 1. Dylan Greeno Groom's 1-1 pitch. That one's low and inside for ball 2. So a 2-1 count here for Dylan Bird from Dylan Greeno Groom. Here comes the 2-1 from Greeno Groom. That one's a bit low and inside as well to the right-hander. So 3-1 count here to start off the day for Dylan Bird and Greeno Groom on the hill. Dylan Greeno Groom lines up way far on the inside part of the rubber. Here comes a 3-1. That one is grounded to the second baseman. Second baseman picks it up, throws it to first base in time for the out. So that is a 4-3 out for the Troopers.
Only takes that one pitch there, James.
All it takes, yeah, you got the 3-1 count, and you get that one pitch, and you are good to go there. Now up to the plate for the Billings Expos, Ano Bradley, number 42. He's playing catcher behind the plate today. Here comes the 0-0 count. That one's high and outside from Dylan Greeno Groom. So 1-0 with 1 out here in the top half of the first inning.
And if you're just joining us, the Troopers are in the lighter blue with the red sleeves uniforms, while the Billings Expos are in the pinstripe dark blue uniform.
Yes, the 1-0 count from Dylan Greeno Groom is just a bit outside as well. So it is a 2-0 count now for Dylan Greeno Groom. That one was just a bit up. Dylan misses again. Maybe a little erratic to start the day. Hopefully he can kind of figure it out. So a 3-0 count here to Ano Bradley for Dylan Greeno Groom. Here's the 3-0. That one, center cut. Strike 1. We'll see if he can battle back here with another 3-1 count with 1 out here in the top of the first. That one catches the outside corner from Dylan Greeno Groom, so 3-2 count now for the Troopers against Ano Bradley.
One thing, James, is with throwing all these balls here, he's going to rack up that pitch count real early.
That's true, yeah.
It's a good thing that they're only playing 1 9 inning today.
Yeah, 1 9 inning today. In case you were not aware, they were scheduled for a doubleheader, but because of the Sheridan High School prom today, Phillips was telling us that he did not have enough guys to go for the second game. So just 1 9 inning game here for the Expos and the Troopers, and we had a slight stoppage there. The umpire wanted the third base coach of the Expos to get a helmet on. Cinder Holst, number 9, playing second baseman here for the Billings Expos today. Here comes the 1-2 count. That one's laced right into where the shortstop was playing. The shortstop throws it over to first and gets the out with a perfect throw. So 6-3 putout to end the inning. And again, no damage done from the Billings Expos. And we will move on to the bottom half of the second with Michael Greer coming up to the plate to lead off the Troopers' bottom half of the second inning. You are listening to Troopers Baseball here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWIO and on the Sheridan Media Facebook page and SheridanMedia.com.
Ready for a new career? True Built Builders, Sheridan's leader in custom post-frame buildings and homes for over 24 years, is expanding their workforce and is currently taking applications for all skill levels. You'll work for a community-oriented building company that's been supporting local sports teams, rodeo, FFA, 4-H, and more. You'll be offered a competitive wage depending on your experience with an opportunity for advancement and training. Contact Jim or Brenda at True Built Builders, 752-0631, or email truebuiltjobs@vcn.com. Is it time for a career change? McDonald's restaurants in Sheridan and Buffalo are currently looking to fill shift management positions that pay up to $18 per hour, and you can work today and get paid tomorrow. Improve your life with a new career. Benefits include IRA contributions, health insurance, paid vacations, tuition assistance, flexible scheduling, food discounts, and up to $18 per hour. Apply today in person for a shift management career at McDonald's in Sheridan and Buffalo.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And back here with Trooper Baseball here for you. 1410 AM, 106.9 FM KWYO. Michael Greer up to the plate for the Troopers. And he watches ball number 1 from Owen McKinney to start the bottom half of the second inning. Pretty slow start for both teams here. No runs on the board. Just a few hits for both sides. We'll see if we can get it going here. Michael Greer, 1-0 count, watches a strike. So a 1-1 count now for Michael Greer. Here comes the 1-1 count from Owen McKinney. That one's just a bit high for ball number 2, so a 2-1 count here to Michael Greer. 2-1, like his number, 21. Michael Greer playing third base today for the Troopers. Here comes the 2-1 to Michael Greer. That one looked a little bit off speed and catches the outside corner for strike number 2. 2-2 count here for Owen McKinney to Michael Greer.
Looked like the home plate umpire there tried ringing him up on the second strike a little bit.
Here comes the 2-2 from Owen McKinney. That one is grounded hard to the third baseman. Third baseman makes a good play. Michael Greer gets out with a good stretch there from the first baseman. Michael Greer kind of appealing to see if he maybe stepped off of the base, but umpire calls him out nonetheless. So that is out number 1, a 5-3 putout for the Billings Expos.
That was a good stretch by the first baseman there it must have just barely kept his toe on the bag there.
Yeah. Do your yoga, kid. Coming up to the plate now, sixth man in the lineup for the Troopers, number 7, Kale Hamrick. He is their shortstop today. Owen McKinney gets set, and here comes the 0-0 pitch. He scores around a bunt, a perfect bunt from Kale Hamrick. Hamrick is going to get there easily with no throw. That was about as perfect as a bunt as you're going to get from Kale Hamrick. Very well bunted down the third base line.
One thing that's great about this turf is you're going to have that level surface. You don't have to worry about, is this slanted a bit this way or that. If you hit it true, then it's going to just keep rolling straight down the line like he did.
Yeah, that was a perfect bunt there for Kale Hamrick, and he was able to get down to first without much of without a throw from the third baseman on the Billings Expos.
Well, he noticed the same thing that Carter Doverly did there at the beginning of the first. That third baseman is really playing back pretty far.
Yes, he is. Yeah, and he's still playing back pretty far, even with the runner on first and a guy with the speed like Kale Hamrick. Caden Steele up to the plate now for the the Sheridan Troopers. He fouls his first pitch of the at bat off for 0-1. Caden Steele, number 17 for the Troopers. He's playing first base. Owen McKinney comes set. Throws one just a bit high. Just a bit high for ball number 1. So it's a 1-1 count now for Owen McKinney to Caden Steele. Kale Hamrick gets a pretty big lead off of first base. Here comes the pitch, the 1-1. That one's fouled straight back as well into the screen. So now a 1-2 count for Caden Steele. With 1 out here, I would not be surprised to see if Kale Hamrick got the steal sign. Maybe not with 2 strikes, but you never know. He's getting a pretty decent lead over there at first base as well. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, and Owen McKinney gets Caden Steele swinging there for out number 2.
It'd be nice if Nate Killian here could, extend the inning as the pitcher checks over to first base. But extends the inning, James, and gives Dylan Greeno-Groom a little bit of rest there in the dugout.
Kale Hamrick is going to second base. The throw down is off, and Kale Hamrick, is there into second base with another stolen base here for the Troopers. That's the second stolen base for the Troopers so far today. An 0-1 count here to Nate Killian. And Owen McKinney gets set with the runner on second. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That one bounces. He is going. Kale Hamrick is there easily. So Kale Hamrick, 2 consecutive plays, gets all the way over to third base. Won a ball in the dirt. I wouldn't call that one a pass ball, more a wild pitch. And he is over to third, and in the previous pitch, it was a stolen base to second. Kale Hamrick leading off third base now. Now Nate Killian can really do some damage with just a single. That one is a bit high from Owen McKinney, so a 2-1 count now for Nate Killian. And a wild pitch. Wild pitches are killer if you're trying to conserve some runs here, especially in the early inning. Here comes the 2-1. That one just a bit low and outside. A good block there by the catcher to not let that one get away from him for ball number 3.
He wanted that one, though, James. He had to talk himself out of it.
Yeah. Here comes the 3-1 from Owen McKinney to Nate Killian. That one is also low. So a walk, our first walk of the day for the Troopers. Nate Killian gets on at first base. So runners on first and third here for the Troopers with 2 outs. And Dylan Greeno-Groom, the pitcher, looking to help himself out. Dylan Greeno-Groom wearing number 24. And he is a lefty, like he in the batter's box, like he is a lefty on the mound.
You don't see too many people that throw left bat right-handed, though.
My brother does that. My brother throws right-handed and bats left-handed. It's really weird.
You see it that way a little bit, but you don't usually see somebody that throws left-hand switch it up and bat right-hand.
Yeah. First pitch from Owen McKinney is strike 1 to Dylan Greeno-Groom. First and third here. Wouldn't also be surprised if Nate Killian tries to get over to second base, get another man in scoring position. Second pitch from Owen McKinney to Dylan Greeno-Groom is a swinging strike. So now a quick 0-2 count for Dylan Greeno-Groom. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That one is fouled off to the left side. So it stays 0-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the second inning.
Well, we'll see if he can't battle this 0-2 count here and, extend the inning, like you say, help himself out.
Yeah, help himself out on the mound here. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Check swing, and that one gets in there for strike number 3 for Dylan Greeno-Groom. So he strikes out to end the inning, and the Troopers leave runners on first and third here in the bottom half of the second. So, top half of the third coming up for the Billings Expos. We're still tied 0-0. You're listening to Troopers Baseball here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, and on SheridanMedia.com and our Sheridan Media Facebook page.
Raise your hand if you're looking forward to spring or summer. All of us at Kilpatrick Creations certainly are. Family reunions, fundraising events, third Thursdays. Lots of opportunities for custom t-shirts, hats, and promo gear. Whatever you need to outfit your event coming up, Kilpatrick Creations is your best option in all of Sheridan County. We'll design your artwork, help you pick out just the right item for your budget, and in the end, provide you with quality, affordable custom gear. Only Kilpatrick Creations on Brundage Street in downtown Sheridan can do this for you.
Charlie Eisler here, owner of Auto Connections at 2514 North Main in Sheridan. Business has been terrific since Kim and I moved up to Sheridan permanently 3 years ago. Thank you, Sheridan. Cars, trucks, and SUVs, we have many to choose from. If you need a used car that won't break your budget, come see me. If you have bad credit or no credit, we can help. If you just want to talk baseball, come on by. Auto Connections, 2514 North Main.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Trooper Baseball here on 1410 AM, 106.9 FM KWYO, and on SheridanMedia.com and our Sheridan Media Facebook page. We are presented today in part by McDonald's, Blowdorn Lumber, Kilpatrick Creations, Dr. Michelle Meehan, the Sears Hometown Store, just to name a few. And we want to give a big shout out to all of those guys for helping us put this together. We would not be able to do it without any of our great sponsors here on the broadcast. First up, we got 8, 9, 10 here for the Billings Expos in the top half of the third inning. It is Jarius Herget, number 38, playing third base for the Billings Expos. Dylan Greeno-Groom with the first pitch of the inning. That is a swinging strike there for Dylan Greeno-Groom. So an 0-1 count to start the first batter of the top half of the third inning. The 0-1 is fouled back from Jarius Herget, number 38, into the screen. So a quick 0-2 count here from Dylan Greeno-Groom.
It's great to see Greeno-Groom here going out and getting those early strikes rather than, like he was doing, having to battle back on all those batters.
Yeah, he's had a couple, and that was a quick 0-0 to 0-3, a swinging strikeout there for Jarius Herget, and a good start to the inning here for Dylan Greeno-Groom.
Now batting for the Expos, number 2, Ethan.
Now Ethan Osnes here for the Billings Expos, the 9-hole hitter. Dylan Greeno-Groom starts him off with a ball on the outside corner for ball number 1 with 1 out here in the the top half of the third inning. The 1-0 fouled into the ground and back. Looks like Cody Kilpatrick possibly took that one off the thigh. That one's never fun.
Now, one thing that we discovered here in between innings on that break, it does appear that there are a few fans with some snacks from the concession stand.
It is possible the concession stand is open today, but I cannot confirm or deny.
We're going to have to do a little bit of investigative work.
Yeah, investigative journalism here from the Sheridan Media Sports team.
I can tell you, if they are open, they do have some of the best burgers in town.
Yes, they do. The 1-1 pitch, the 1-2 pitch here from Dylan Greeno is another strikeout swinging. So good job by Dylan Greeno-Groom here. That's out number 2, and Dylan. And now the top half of the order here. First batter for the Billings Expos, number 4, Dylan Bird, the center fielder. He grounded out to the second baseman in the first inning, last at bat, and he watches ball number 1 to start his second at bat of the day.
Wind took a little bit of a shift here and went from blowing straight out to left to now it's blowing in or possibly a little bit over to right field.
Yeah, it looks like it's swirling just a little bit. It's kind of going in a bunch of different directions. The 0-1 from Dylan Greeno-Groom, was a ball in the dirt. So here comes the 1-1. That one's a bit high for ball number 2. A 2-1 count here now to Dylan Bird, the leadoff hitter for the Billings Expos. Here comes the 2-1. That one is swung on and missed by Dylan Bird. So now a 2-2 count. 2-2 count from Dylan Greeno-Groom.
Looked like he was a little bit almost upset with himself that he decided to swing at that.
Yeah. The 2-2 count is fouled back from Dylan Bird. Concession stand, we just got confirmation. The concession stand is open here at Ernie Rodolini Field. So if you're hungry, come grab a burger. It's some of the best burgers in town. Here comes the 2-2 from Dylan Greeno-Groom. That one is a fly ball, foul to the right side, possible play. but it's going to get down for a foul ball.
Yeah, come and grab a hamburger, hot dog. If they still have the same menu that they used to have, they got great Polish dogs too, and then come support the Troopers a little bit. We already got a pretty good crowd out here, and
very good crowd for a Saturday afternoon.
Great weather to enjoy it too.
Yes, this is definitely an improvement from last week in terms of weather.
Not having to wear my winter coat.
Yeah. Here comes the 2-2 from Dylan Greeno-Groom. That one is flied. Also, possibly foul. It's in that triangle, and it's going to get down fair. A perfect bloop single from Dylan Bird. And he kind of just shrugs his shoulders over at first base. And you'll take what they can give you there. That is a perfect bloop single there for Dylan Bird.
Not much you can do there.
Not much you can do. It's in that triangle over there. Those are one of the hardest places to field.
Greeno-Groom, got a great pitch in there, and, sometimes that's just the way that it falls.
That's baseball. He just fought it off, and it landed fair for a single. First pitch now to Ono Bradley, the second hitter in the lineup for the Billings Expos, is a ball. So ball number 1 to him from Dylan Greeno-Groom. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Dylan Greeno-Groom. Runners going, and the batter fouls that one off into the screen. And we'll see if Dylan Bird tries to do that once again.
I don't know if they talked with the Bozeman team or something. That was their MO last weekend, was get somebody on and then
lead. Get out, get a big lead, and then steal. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Dylan Greeno-Groom. Not a huge lead for Dylan Bird. He's not going this time, and that one's just a little bit low and outside for ball number 2. So Dylan Greeno-Groom started off the inning pretty hot here, getting 2 strikeouts. But then a bloop single now with a runner on first, and a 2-1 count here to Ono Bradley. He's going again. That ball gets away from Cody Kilpatrick, and he's going to be up at second base easily. And that ball bounced to Cody Kilpatrick and rolled all the way over to the Troopers dugout. So an easy stolen base / wild pitch, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to say that's probably a stolen base. What do you think, Derek? Pass ball, stolen base?
That was a tough one to call, because I'm always a little bit biased there, wanting to call them, wild pitches, because if it's bouncing before it gets to the catcher, I don't really, I don't really like putting it on the catcher, being a previous catcher myself.
Here comes the 3. So still 0-0 going into the bottom third, and we'll see what happens with the Troopers coming up to bat. You're listening to Trooper Baseball here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, and on the Sheridan Media Facebook page and SheridanMedia.com.
Have you been in the Sears Hometown Store lately? They have great deals, especially if you buy in bulk and purchase 10 or more appliances within 90 days. If you're a contractor, that means huge savings. They also have deep freezes in stock for the rest of us. Or maybe it's time to upgrade your mower. Well, the friendly staff at Sears can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Locally owned and operated. That's Sears Hometown Store. Big name, small town owners.
Selling your home or business without a real estate agent can be a lot like baseball. Home runs do happen, but not as much as strikeouts, fouls, or fly balls. What you aren't aware of in your transaction could leave you with possible unexpected issues and could leave you heading back to the dugout. Real estate transactions require a professional. So if you're looking for that, call me, Kim Hall with ERA Carroll Realty at 520-227-5543. That's 520-227-5543.
This is Troy Baker with Hammer Chevrolet, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back here to Trooper Baseball. Still 0-0 here in the going into the bottom half of the third inning. And coming up to the plate for the Troopers will be number 5, Carter Doverly, the leadoff hitter for the Troopers. And we will see if the Troopers can get something going here. The bat's been pretty quiet, even for both teams. But I believe just 1 hit for the Troopers on the day so far. Looking at my scorecard, 2 hits on the day for the Troopers so far. Kale Hamrick had that bunt single, and Carter Doverly led off the game with a single to the left side.
When it looked like Coach Phillips there was having a bit of a conversation with the team about that in between innings there, giving them a little pep talk.
Yeah, a little pep talk on a Saturday afternoon. Carter Dovely stepping in, lefty. Still Owen McKinney here on the mound for the Billings Expos. We'll see if the second time through the Troopers can figure him out. Here comes the 0-0. That one is lined right to the shortstop for out number 1. That's an unfortunate start to the inning for the Troopers. That one was not hit relatively hard, but it made decent contact for out number 1.
That third baseman playing way back.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw more Troopers take advantage of the deep third baseman. First pitch to Rich Hall here with 1 out in the bottom half of the inning is ball number 1. That was a bit high and inside, so a 1-0 count here to Rich Hall.
Especially some of these kids with pretty good speed, you know.
Yeah. 1-0 from Rich Hall. That one is popped straight up as well. This one could be trouble for the second baseman. The center fielder comes in and makes the play. Looks like they had a confusing call-off, but the center fielder was pushing in, and he made the play for out number 2 in the inning for the Troopers.
That one's a much easier play for that center fielder coming in rather than that second baseman going back.
Yeah, if you're the center fielder there, you might as well be screaming at the second baseman that you're going to make that play. Now stepping in for the Troopers, number 16, Cody Kilpatrick. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the third inning. The 0-0 pitch is fouled off to the right-hand side, out into the bullpen, quote-unquote, for the visiting team. So an 0-1 count here to Cody Kilpatrick, the catcher for the Troopers. But 2 outs here in the inning. That one, first 0-1 pitch. That 0-1 pitch is just a bit high for ball number 1 to Cody Kilpatrick.
Kilpatrick, a victim of a strikeout his first at-bat. You do not see that happen often, and look for him to come back here with some vengeance.
That one is lined into center field. The center fielder plays it cleanly, sits right over. It's a line out for Cody Kilpatrick. So 3 up, 3 down for the Troopers. A quick inning for the bats from the Sheridan Troopers. And the Billings Expos coming up to hit in the top half of the 4th inning. You are listening to Trooper Baseball here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, and on our Sheridan Media Facebook page and SheridanMedia.com.
Things are shaking at Sunlight Federal Credit Union. They have upped their CD rates and are offering a 1-year CD with a 1.77 APY, a 3-year CD with a 2.28 APY, and a 5-year CD with a 2.79 APY. All require $500 minimum deposit and early withdrawal penalty applies. Let Sunlight help you see your money grow. Stop by their location in Sheridan on Sugarland Drive or take a look online at sunlightfcu.com. Member NCUA and equal housing lender. Sunlight Federal Credit Union, building a brighter future together.
If you're looking for social media management, web development, videography, graphic design, or assistance with grant writing, then Redinger Technologies is your solution. They can help you change your marketing execution capacity today, leaving you to do what you do best, run your business. Give them a call, 307-285-0105, or find them online at redingertechnologies.com. Redinger Technologies. Let the professionals handle it for you.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back here to Trooper Baseball here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO. If you are tuned in listening on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, we have a video live stream over on our Sheridan Media Facebook page and on SheridanMedia.com. Our videographer, Dylan Daniels, handling all the camera work right now. We have producer Steven Treffler roaming around, more than likely getting pictures.
I believe I just saw him sit down with one of those awesome burgers.
Oh, is that he snuck out to get a burger? That's fair enough, and I don't blame him. Dylan working the cameras. James Timberlake here, joined by Derek Scott giving color commentary. We are in the top half of the 4th inning for the Billings Expos, and leading it off is Cooper Stallman. First pitch he sees is fouled off into the screen. Good play there made by the on-deck man to make the catch. So it is an 0-1 count here for Cooper Stallman from Dylan Greeno-Groom. Dylan Greeno-Groom still on the bump after 3 innings here for the Troopers. Second pitch he sees, grounds it right to Dylan Greeno-Groom, and Dylan Greeno-Groom makes the throw over to the first baseman for out number 1. So good job there by fielding your position from Dylan Greeno-Groom.
Well, and after speaking with Coach Ben Phillips before the game started, it does sound like their doubleheader in Bozeman tomorrow is in jeopardy of being canceled. It's supposed to start snowing over there about the time that this game started, and it's supposed to continue to snow all the way to tomorrow. So don't be surprised if they use quite a few pitchers here today and are not afraid to having to save them for tomorrow.
Yeah, the first pitch from Dylan Greeno Groom to Cooper Hanson, the 4-hole hitter, is fouled off on the first base side. So an 0-1 count here from Dylan Greeno Groom to Cooper Hanson. Cooper Hanson, the first baseman for the Billings Expos. Cooper Hanson lines one into center field. Center fielder plays it cleanly, and that is out number 2. That is Carter Deverly with the out for out number 2. In the top half of the 4th inning.
Last 2 innings, he's really started settling into a groove. Dylan has.
Dylan Greeno Groom, yeah, he was maybe pushing the pitch count just a little bit to start the first 2 innings. Here comes the 0-0 to Caden Fox, and that one's a strike on the outside half. But he's getting a lot more first pitch strikes here in the last few innings, especially in the 3rd and the 4th.
Well, these kids, they've been throwing now for a few months, and that arm is really starting to strengthen up and, can take a lot more abuse from going deep into games.
Dylan Greeno Groom's second pitch to Caden Fox is a ball just on the outside half. Here comes the 1-1. That one catches the inside corner for strike 2. So a 1-2 count here to Caden Fox, Dylan Greeno Groom. The 1-2 pitch fouled off into the right-hand side, into the parking lot. So still a 1-2 count here from Dylan Greeno Groom. We want to thank some more of our wonderful sponsors: Sheridan County Memorial Hospital, True Built Builders, Redinger Technologies, Auto Connections, Range, Sunlight Federal Credit Union. The 1-2 is dribbled right to the shortstop. Shortstop picks it up and throws to first for out number 3. So again, the bats are quiet for the Billings Expos. It is still nothing here going into the bottom half of the 4th inning, and you are listening to Trooper Baseball here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM, KWYO, and tuning in live over on SheridanMedia.com Facebook page and the SheridanMedia.com website.
Being a truly great dental practice isn't just about treating patients. It's about finding meaningful ways to serve in your community. Dr. Michelle Meehan encourages you to get involved. Donate to local charities, serve on a board, sponsor local events and sports teams, volunteer your time, and give back. Sheridan's a wonderful place with so many awesome nonprofits that could use your time and talents. Dr. Michelle Meehan, sponsoring Sheridan Troopers Baseball on SheridanMedia.com and KWYO.
Some of the best things about business are the connections you make. Whether you're working with people down the block, across the state, or on the other side of the country, Range can help keep your connections strong. I'm Gabe Reese, your Range Business Solutions Specialist. I'm here to make sure your business has the network service, internet, phone system, and video monitoring you need. With Range, you're connected to the best. One company, one network, all for one reason. You. Range.net.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back here to Trooper Baseball. We are in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Trevor Stowe, the 4-hole hitter for the Troopers, leading off this part of the inning. And sees the first pitch he sees, he grounds it to the shortstop. Shortstop doesn't field it cleanly, makes the throw, and Trevor Stowe, beats out the throw. I'm going to put that down as an E6 for the shortstop. Good job, way to just put it in play by Trevor Stowe and beat out the throw after the error from the shortstop.
You know what they say, James, put the ball in play, good things happen.
Yes, sir. And that is a prime example of that right there.
He fielded it looked like cleanly at first, and then almost on like the transfer from the glove, it just popped out of there.
Yeah. Couldn't beat the runner, Trevor Stowe. So we got a runner on first for the Troopers with no outs here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Michael Greer squared around a bunt there. Try to get Trevor Stowe over to second base. It's a ball, though, so a 1-0 count here to Michael Greer.
Good stop there by Ano Bradley, the catcher.
Yeah. Doesn't square around this time, so a 1-0 count turns into a 2-0 count with that ball going a little bit low. Michael Greer Now 2-0 count, looking for anything he can to move Trevor Stowe over to either second base or third base if it's hit well.
Third baseman for the Bozeman Expos still not creeping up even after that bunt was shown.
The 2-0 count is dribbled to the left side, foul for a 2-1 count now for Michael Greer. Michael Greer, number 21, playing third base for the Troopers. He grounded out to the third baseman back in the second inning. So he's 0 for 1 on the day. The 2-1 count to Michael Greer. That one catches the zone. Looks like it was an off-speed pitch. Catches the bottom part of the zone, so a strike 2. It is a 2-2 count here for Michael Greer from Owen McKinney.
Greer's really going to have to dig down deep here and, try his best to battle off anything on the edge.
That one's lined to the left side, but just goes foul. That one would have been a problem if that one would have stayed fair going down the line. It would have been probably an easy double for Michael Greer and possibly score Trevor Stowe, if not got him to third. But it goes foul, so stays a 2-2 count for Michael Greer. Trevor Stowe a decent lead, and he's going. That one was high. That pitch was high. Trevor Stowe slides right in between the shortstop's legs. But the shortstop gets the tag down and gets the out. Great play by the shortstop. And that was an interesting slide by Trevor Stowe. Didn't have much of an option, but slid right in between the legs of the shortstop covering second base. So that's out number 1. A stolen base gone afoot. Caught stealing. So 1 out, 3-2 count here to Michael Greer. Here comes the 3-2 count. And they'll just trade places. Michael Greer watches ball 4. So Michael Greer will now head over to first with 1 out here in the inning.
That slide was one of those that if he would have had a little bit more on it, came in a little bit hotter, it would have been like that stolen base earlier in the game where they just couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah. Good job by Michael Greer to work a 3-2 count into a walk. And up to the plate, Kale Hamrick, shortstop, number 7 for the Troopers, watches strike 1 to start his at-bat, his second at-bat of the day. Kale Hamrick singled, a bunt single, back in the first inning, and he stole second base and got to third on a wild pitch, but he was stranded there by a strikeout from Caden Steele. And then a backwards K from Dylan Greeno-Groom. He watches the second pitch of the inning there for ball number 2.
Owen McKinney really starting to work in that off-speed pitch a little bit more here, we're seeing.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Owen McKinney, and maybe fooled Kale Hamrick just a little bit. He fights that one off and fouls it off to the right side. 1-2 count now here for Kale Hamrick with Michael Greer over on first base. Michael Greer getting a decent lead off of first base. Here comes the 1-2 to Kale Hamrick, and he fouls that one straight back into the netting.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Greer on the move here on a possible hit and run.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to get somebody over into scoring position for the Troopers with the way the bats have been so far today, with the 0-0 scoreline so far.
It's been complete opposite of last weekend.
Yeah. That ball is bounced in the dirt, and Michael Greer's going to get over to second base on a pass ball, wild pitch. That one was.
I'm still calling him wild pitch.
That one's
I don't
wild
like
pitch,
it.
okay.
I don't like giving too much.
I'll take your word for it. These I hate figuring out what those ones are because it's so arbitrary.
Yeah, I don't like putting too much on the catcher unless all of a sudden it's one of those that it goes off the end of his glove.
Yeah. So we'll call that one a wild pitch. Michael Greer over at second. And the 2-2 pitch to Caden Steele is just a bit high, so now it is a 3-2 count to Caden Steele with 1 out in the inning and a runner on second base.
Lots of holes open here as that second baseman is really working Greer over there on second.
3-2 pitch to Caden Steele is ball 4. That one was a bit outside, so now runner on first and second with 1 out. And the Troopers looking to do some damage here with Caden Steele coming up to the plate, the first baseman, number 17. So 2 straight walks for Owen McKinney. comes the first pitch to Caden Steele. That one is fouled off to the right side into the parking lot for strike number 1.
That one's going to be one of those windshield busters.
Yeah. We've gotten a couple of those this year, and there will be a lot more.
It's always nice to get here early and be able to park as far away as you can.
Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Caden Steele. That one, a breaking ball. Looks like it fooled Caden Steele. He kind of tucked away, expecting it to get hit almost, and it breaks back into the inside half of the plate for strike number 2. So no 2 count here for Caden Steele with runners on first and second, and 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That was a good pitch from Owen McKinney, but just a bit outside. Looked like a bit of gas, but just missed. There's a 1-2 count now here for Caden Steele with 1 out. Here comes the 1-2 from McKinney. That one is lined into center field. Center fielder was playing it perfectly, and he camps under it, makes the play for out number 2.
He hits that one back in the first inning, James, and that one may be going over the fence. Now that wind's blown
a little bit
straight in.
Yeah, a little bit in, definitely not as hard as it was before. Pushed the center fielder back just a little bit, but he was able to camp under it and make the play for out number 2.
Got some good bat on it, just with that wind blowing in, it really just kills it.
After the bat is Nate Killian here for the Troopers. First pitch he sees is a strike on the outside corner. Strike number 1. Second pitch to Nate Killian. Here comes the 0-1 from Owen McKinney. That one was inside. He took a hack at it and missed it. So it is an 0-2 count now here for Nate Killian. Nate Killian, last at bat was back in the 2nd inning. He walked, he got to first. But after that, Dylan Greeno-Groom struck out, so he did not get further than first base. The 0-2 count here for Nate Killian. That one is lined into right field. Right fielder coming in. Right fielder drops it. He tries to make a diving play, and he drops it. And that's going to score a run for the Troopers. And it looks like we have an injured Billings Expo. He got kind of in the base path there for Michael Greer as he was coming around, unfortunately, and Michael Greer kind of had to get him out of the way, and he more or less trucked him. But he's up and walking around now. He looks like he's going to be okay. So the single for Nate Killian brings home Michael Greer, and that's going to give the Sheridan Troopers the lead here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Good job taking that one the other way and getting the first run of the day.
That one was one of those that you can't really avoid it. The runner's watching the coach there at third base waving him around, and the third baseman was unfortunately right in his way, and a little bit of contact made there.
Not much you can do there, to be honest. It hurt a little bit, but it looks like he's okay now. He's still playing over at third. So runners on first and third now for Dylan Greeno-Groom. Pitcher steps off before the first pitch. So an RBI single from Nate Killian makes it 1-0 Troopers here in the bottom half of the 4th inning.
Little fake steal there.
Yeah, that was interesting. They were calling runner, but nobody was really going.
It looked like Killian gave him a good secondary, but nothing more than that.
And Killian's done that a couple of times. Looks like he almost fake runs and then doesn't really go anywhere. First pitch, Dylan Greeno-Groom saw. He fouled off into the netting, so it's an 0-1 count. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Dylan Greeno-Groom. That one is grounded right back up the middle. Second baseman fields it cleanly, tosses it over to the shortstop for the force out at second base, and that is going to end the inning for the Troopers. But they get one across from an RBI single from Nate Killian, and it is now 1-0 for the Troopers, and they are leading the Billings Expos 1-0 here in the bottom half, going into the top half of the 5th. You're listening to Troopers Baseball here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, and watching live on SheridanMedia.com and Sheridan Media Facebook page.
Sheridan's oldest continuous lumber company, Blodorn Lumber, is open 7 days a week for your convenience. 7:30 to 6 during the week, Saturdays from 8 to 5, and Sundays from 9 to 2. Have questions about your home project, new construction, or tools? Stop by Blodorn Lumber in Sheridan. They're always happy to help you out. Blodorn Lumber, located at 860 Riverside Street, or call them at 307-672-2471. Serving Sheridan since 1957. Sheridan Memorial Hospital is celebrating 2 important events this month, National Nurses Week and National Hospital Week. People are the most impressive and most important resource at Sheridan Memorial Hospital. That's why this time is set aside to recognize the dedicated healthcare workers, physicians, volunteers, and other health professionals who strive to fulfill the hospital's mission to serve our community with excellent patient-centered care. Sheridan Memorial Hospital, medical excellence right here at home.
This is Troy Baker with Hammer Chevrolet, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back here to Troopers Baseball, 1410 AM, 106.9 FM, KWYO. And you can watch live over on the SheridanMedia.com website and Sheridan Media Facebook page as well. Dylan Daniels, our cameraman, doing a bunch of camera work over there. And then Steve Schreffler, our producer. We're here in the top half of the 5th inning. Billings Expos up to the plate, and the first batter for the Billings Expos, Trevor Golick, grounds one over to third base, and the third baseman throws it over to first base. It gets the out easily, so Michael Greer makes the play, throws it over to Caden Steele for out number 1 against the Billings Expos.
Good range there by Greer.
And that's a tougher play than it looks, especially on camera. With all your momentum kind of going over towards second base in that scenario, it's kind of difficult to make a throw over there to first base, but a good job done by him. The first pitch that Xander Holst sees, he fouls back for strike number 1. Xander Holst, last at bat, grounded straight to popped out to the first baseman for out number 2 back in the 2nd inning. He grounds one over to third base. Michael Greer once again getting a little bit of activity over there, throws it over to first base and gets out number 2 for the Troopers.
And if you want to come on down to the baseball games, everyone gets free admission to all regular home games, courtesy of Sheridan Memorial Hospital, one of our great broadcast partners.
Yeah, so thank you to Sheridan Memorial Hospital for that. Now up to the plate, Jarius Herget for the Billings Expos. First pitch he sees is swinging as well, and that's strike number 1. Xander Holst, I want to make a quick correction. He actually grounded out to the shortstop back in the 2nd inning for out number 3. And then he grounded out to the third baseman last at bat. Dylan Greeno Groom throws the 0-1 pitch right into the zone for strike number 2 looking. So it's a quick 0-2 count to Jarius Herget here in the top half of the 5th. Here comes the 0-2 count. That one's high and outside and gets Jarius Herget to chase it for out number 3, strike 3. And a quick inning on the field for the Troopers. And they are coming up to hit. You are listening to Troopers Baseball here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO and watching live on the SheridanMedia.com website and Sheridan Media Facebook page.
Have you heard? There's a new local podcast coming called Talk Local, Talk Sheridan. It'll be Sheridan-focused, talking with business owners and locals about everything and anything to do with Sheridan. If you're interested in submitting a topic or would like to be on an episode and discuss something to do with Sheridan, then send an email to info@TalkLocalTalkSheridan. And be sure to listen for future updates on Talk Local, Talk Sheridan, including when the first episode will be launching.
Ready for a new career? True Build Builders, Sheridan's leader in custom post-frame buildings and homes for over 24 years, is expanding their workforce and is currently taking applications for all skill levels. You'll work for a community-oriented building company that's been supporting local sports teams, rodeo, FFA, 4-H, and more. You'll be offered a competitive wage, depending on your experience, with an opportunity for advancement and training. Contact Jim or Brenda at True Build Builders, 752-0631, or email truebuildjobs@vcn.com.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back here to Trooper Baseball, 1410 AM, 106.9 FM, KWYO, watching live on SheridanMedia.com and the Sheridan Media Facebook page. We want to thank some more of our Trooper Baseball sponsors: McDonald's, Blodorn Lumber, Kilpatrick Creations, Dr. Michelle Meehan, the Sears Hometown Store, Sheridan County Memorial Hospital, True Built Builders, and a bunch more, and we'll get to more of those here in a little bit. The first pitch that Carter Dubberly sees here in the bottom half of the 5th inning to start his third at-bat of the day is a ball, so 1-0 count here to Carter Dubberly. Here comes the 1-0. That one catches the outside corner for strike one. Owen McKinney still out there for the Billings Expos, and why not? He really has not had a bad day, giving up 1 run so far. But other than that, not a whole lot of damage done.
Well, that 1 run could have easily been an out had that right fielder hung on to it.
Yeah, if he hung on to it, was a tough diving play, but if he had hung on to that, it would have been out number 3, excuse me. Second pitch he sees is, third pitch he sees is the ball on the outside. Here comes the fourth pitch. Fouls that one off, so it's now a 2-2 count for Carter Dubberly. Carter Dubberly, his last few at-bats. First one he had, he singled to start off the game, and then he lined out to the shortstop. That is ball number 3 for Carter Dubberly. That one was in the dirt, so he's 1 for 2 on the day so far today. 3-2 pitch to Carter Dubberly. Here it comes. That one is lined to the third baseman. He catches it on a hop, and the third baseman throws it over to first base for the out. So Carter Dubberly is retired on a 5-3 putout.
Once again, it looked like he had a little bit of trouble on the transition there.
Yeah, that one was hit pretty hard as well over to the third baseman.
That left side of the infield looks like they, been having problems with that transfer.
Yeah. Rich Hall now up to the plate for the Sheridan Troopers. First pitch he sees. That one catches the zone. Looks like maybe a little bit off speed for strike number 1. Rich Hall has a strikeout on the day, and he flew out to center field back in the third inning, so he's 0 for 2 on the day. He is our center fielder. A little bit of off speed there from Owen McKinney. Looks like it fooled Rich Hall for strike number 2. Oh, left fielder, yes. Rich Hall is the left fielder, excuse me. He wears number 8, but his position's number 7, so I got it backwards. Apologies. He fouls off the 0-2 pitch to the left side and keeps it an 0-2 count. Troopers with 1 out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, leading 1-0. Thanks to a neat Killian single back in the 4th inning. Rich Hall pops one up to the right field. Could be trouble, but the right fielder comes in and makes the play for the Expos. So that is out number 2 for the Sheridan Troopers.
Those Trooper bats just haven't been able to come alive today like they're really capable of doing, and like we've seen them their past couple of games.
Yeah, they had a pretty productive inning last in the 4th inning. They got a couple walks in a row, and then Nate Killian was able to line one into right field to get down for an RBI. But other than that, it's been pretty slow and steady for the Troopers. First pitch from... That one's going to get down over the center fielder's head. Cody Kilpatrick lines one into center field. He gets all the way to the wall, and he's going to be at second base for a double.
Center fielder misread that one.
He misread that one. Yeah, he was running in, and then he had to take a beeline, basically a 90-degree switch back towards him with his back towards the wall, and then gets over his head, and that's a double for Cody Kilpatrick on the first pitch that he saw. So now the Troopers looking to do some damage with 2 outs here in the inning. Trevor Stowe up to the plate, the 4-hole hitter. He lines one out to center field. That one's going back. That one's going back, even further back, and it is gone. A home run from Trevor Stowe. That ball is now a souvenir, and that will make it 3-0. That one was a shot from Trevor Stowe on a line straight out into center field and almost hit the flagpole. The center fielder kind of looked around, was wondering what happened, but it had already gone over the fence.
Once again, he's getting really tough reads out there.
Yeah, and he's almost not catching the ball off the bat very well, but couldn't do much with that one. That one was laced out into center field, and it is a home run for Trevor Stowe. So now it's 3-0 for the Sheridan Troopers. Coming up to the plate now is Michael Greer, and it looks like the Expos are possibly going to be making a pitching change here with the coach heading out to the bump. We'll see what they do here. It looks like they're maybe just having a conversation. Nobody else is coming in. We will take a quick break and come back right after this. You're listening to Trooper Baseball here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWIO and on the Sheridan Media web stream on SheridanMedia.com and Sheridan Media Facebook page.
When you see someone sipping on a crisp, refreshing drink from McDonald's, you may suddenly crave one too. And that's normal. It's more than a drink. It's a McDonald's drink.
Right now at McDonald's, try one of our icy cold slushies. Enjoy deliciously refreshing flavors like the new tropical mango or strawberry watermelon, and pair it with our world-famous fries. Price and participation may vary.
When it comes to printed, embroidered, or promotional products.
And we're back here with Troopers baseball. No pitching change, just a quick meet out on the mound. And now up is Michael Greer. First pitch he sees. Catches the outside corner for strike number 1. Trevor Stowe with a home run out to deep center field to start, after the double from Cody Kilpatrick. The 0-1 pitch here to Michael Greer almost catches him on the back of the thigh, but he avoids it, so it's ball number 1.
They go, hey, it's prom night. I want to do a little bit of dancing before.
A little dance, yeah.
Dancing before, it gets too late.
Here comes the 1-1 to Michael Greer. That one is popped up to the right side. First baseman looking at it, possibly as a play, and he makes the play in foul territory for out number 3, but not before the damage is done for the Troopers. A 2-run home run from Trevor Stowe to make it 3-0 Troopers. The Expos are coming up to bat. You are listening to Trooper Baseball here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, and on the SheridanMedia.com live stream and the Sheridan Media Facebook page.
When you see someone sipping on a crisp, refreshing drink from McDonald's, you may suddenly crave one too. And that's normal. It's more than a drink. It's a McDonald's drink.
Right now at McDonald's, try one of our icy cold slushies. Enjoy deliciously refreshing flavors like the new tropical mango or strawberry watermelon, and pair it with our world-famous fries. Price and participation may vary.
When it comes to printed, embroidered, or promotional product needs, there's only one choice in and around Sheridan County. That's Kilpatrick Creations on Brundage Street in Sheridan. Our knowledge and experience puts us ahead of all others. Our expertise guarantees you a quality and affordable product each and every time. Our pricing is fair and consistent, our garment selection is extensive, and our quality is unmatched. So for your next screen printed, embroidered, or promotional product order, go straight to the experts at Kilpatrick Creations. Remember, we're here to make you look good.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back here to Trooper Baseball here on 1410 AM, 106.9 FM KWYO, and you can watch live over on SheridanMedia.com and the Sheridan Media Facebook page. And taking away, here is the Derek Scott for the play-by-play in the 6th inning.
Ethan Osnes will lead it off here for the Expos. He is their 9-hole and is 0 for 1 today, becoming a strikeout victim to Greeno Groom.
Yes.
First pitch was a ball, a little bit low. Second one comes back inside for a 2-0 count.
Greeno Groom still on the bump for the Troopers as well. Phillips told us that he was expecting to see quite a bit of pitchers, but we've only seen Greeno Groom through these first 5.
And that one is smacked right back up the middle to the second baseman and easily played for out number 1 here in the top of the 6th.
Tough play there for the second baseman, but he got over and made the play.
That one was smacked pretty good. I was surprised that made that look so easy.
And Trevor Stowe was the second baseman there that made the play. Hits a home run and makes a decent play over at second to start the inning.
That brings us back to the top of the Expo lineup for the Sheridan Troopers here, and Dylan Bird is the batter. And if you're just joining us, the Troopers are wearing the light blue uniforms with the red sleeves, and the Billings Expos have the pinstripe dark blue uniforms. And there is a swinging strike, now an 0-2 count.
I'm not a fan of the white pinstripes on color. I always thought it was reversed that I thought looked really good.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan either. And that one is smacked over to second base. Sits back, easily makes a play, and we quickly have 2 outs here in the top of the 6th.
Another out there by Trevor Stowe. He's getting all the action now. 2 4-3 putouts in a row.
42 on a grass.
Well, like I had said earlier, It's prom night. He's looking to dance a little bit earlier. He hits a home run and then gets 2 hit right back to him right afterwards. And this one is hit over to the shortstop. Hamrick throws over and gets him. So a quick 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the 6th for the Troopers. That will take us to break. You are listening to Trooper Baseball on KWYO 106.9 FM and also live streaming on SheridanMedia.com and the Sheridan Media Facebook.
Charlie Eisler here, owner of Auto Connections at 2514 North Main in Sheridan. Business has been terrific since Kim and I moved up to Sheridan permanently 3 years ago. Thank you, Sheridan. Cars, trucks, and SUVs, we have many to choose from. If you need a used car that won't break your budget, come see me. If you have bad credit or no credit, we can help. If you just want to talk baseball, come on by. Auto Connections, 2514 North Main.
Have you been into Sears Hometown Store lately? They have great deals, especially if you buy in bulk and purchase 10 or more appliances within 90 days. If you're a contractor, that means huge savings. They also have deep freezes in stock for the rest of us. Or maybe it's time to upgrade your mower. Well, the friendly staff at Sears can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Locally owned and operated. That's Sears Hometown Store. Big name, small town owners.
This is Troy Baker with Hammer Chevrolet, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Trooper Baseball. The Billings Expos, the first team to go to the bullpen here, and it looks like Noah Crane will be taking over on the bump for them. We have Kale Hamrick starting us off here in the bottom of the 6th for the Troopers. Hamrick is 1 for 1 on the day with a walk as well.
1 for 1 with a walk, and he got all the way over to third base on a stolen base and then a wild pitch in consecutive pitches.
He's wound up at third base both times.
Both times, yeah.
Just has not been able to be driven in and extend that lead for the Troopers. I'd like to thank some of these sponsors here with Auto Connections, Range, Sunlight Federal Credit Union, Cowboy Creamery, Kim Hall with ERA Carroll Realty, Wyoming Corporate Office, and Talk Local Talk Sheridan Podcast.
And also, if you're just joining us, just a reminder, this was scheduled to be a doubleheader today, but due to prom, Sheridan High School prom going on, Phillips didn't have enough players to start enough people for a doubleheader, so it's just 1 9-inning game today for the Troopers and the Expos. And also, everyone gets free admission to all the regular season home games, courtesy of Sheridan Memorial Hospital, one of our great broadcast partners as well, so a big thank you to them as well.
As the catcher, Ano Bradley, throws down, that will get us started off here with the Troopers in the bottom of the 6th, excuse me. Hamrick looks on down at Coach Phillips there, and Coach just says, hey, go ahead, get in there and smack it, kid. And the first pitch comes in, and it smacks him instead of him smacking it.
Yeah. Beans him right in the back. Those are always fun.
And that is Hamrick's 3rd time on base, as I had mentioned there. Walk, now a hit by pitch, and he had a single back in the 2nd. Let's see how aggressive they are here as far as, any stolen bases, bunts, hit and runs, anything like that. As the first pitch comes in high to Caden Steele.
One other quick change for the Billings Expos out in the field. Derek Slemp is now taken over at third base for the Expos in place of Jarius Herget.
As they throw over to first base, Hamrick is able to dive back safely. The Expos are going to try and keep this one as close as they can here, with it being a 3-0 lead for the Troopers here in the bottom of the 6th. Hamrick takes his lead again at first, and the pitch is smacked into right field, but the right fielder is under it and catches it for the out. And there for a second, it looked like Hamrick may have gotten too big of a secondary as the right fielder throws behind him there at first base, but Hamrick is able to get back safely.
Yeah, it looked like the right fielder tried to catch him napping almost and see if he can double him up, but Hamrick gets back safely.
And that brings Nate Killian to the plate here. Killian is 1 for 1 on the day with a walk. Hamrick out to a good lead, and there he goes off. And the throwdown is in time, the umpire says. And I would not be surprised if Phillips goes out and has a word with him there. That one looked like it may have not been in time, but
looks like
the umpire...
Looks like Phillips already is trying to give him the death stare. Not working. Still out at second base.
And that gives us 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. And that one is way inside. That one could have been one of those where Killian just, kind of turns a little bit and gets his free base.
Yeah. Nobody likes to get hit, though, so not going to blame him there.
Depends on where you get hit.
That's true, too, yeah.
As Killian smacks it into the hole in right center, will the right fielder get there? He makes a diving effort. Did he hang on to it?
Wow.
Yes, he did.
What a play.
And that will end the side for the Troopers. You are listening to Trooper Baseball on KWYO 106.9 FM, and also you can be viewing the game on SheridanMedia.com or Sheridan Media's Facebook.
Selling your home or business without a real estate agent can be a lot like baseball. Home runs do happen, but not as much as strikeouts, fouls, or fly balls. What you aren't aware of in your transaction could leave you with possible unexpected issues and could leave you heading back to the dugout. Real estate transactions require a professional. So if you're looking for that, call me, Kim Hall with ERA Carroll Realty at 520-227-5543. That's 520-227-5543.
Things are shaking at Sunlight Federal Credit Union. They have upped their CD rates and are offering a 1-year CD with a 1.77 APY, a 3-year CD with a 2.28 APY, and a 5-year CD with a 2.79 APY. All require $500 minimum deposit and early withdrawal penalty applies. Let Sunlight help you see your money grow. Stop by their location in Sheridan on Sugarland Drive or take a look online at sunlightfcu.com. Member NCUA and Equal Housing Lender. Sunlight Federal Credit Union, building a brighter future together.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to the action here at Thorn Rider Stadium. And it looks like we are going to have a pitching change now for the Troopers as Brennan Mortensen is going to take over here in the top of the 7th for the Troopers. Mortensen has seen some good innings so far this year too, James.
Yeah, he did a very good job last week. I don't remember, did he start or did he come in relief last week? I can't remember off the top of my head, but regardless, it was a good outing for him. He was able to eat up a couple innings on a rainy, cold, windy day for the Troopers. He's got luscious locks of hair as well. Great flowing red hair. Looks like Dustin May out there.
Quite a mane on him.
Quite a mane, yeah, there you go.
Cooper Stallman will be the first batter here for the Expos in the top of the 7th, the 3-hole hitter, and the shortstop. Steelman is 1 for 2 on the day with a double. He is the one who smacked that one off the left field wall back in the first inning. 2-0 count as that one is low there. Mortensen starting off a little slow here with 2 balls in a row. Let's see if he can't turn that around. And he does. It comes right back in there with a strike on the outer half of the plate. Mortensen's one of those that is not going with the full windup. One of those pitchers that just likes to pitch out of the stretch.
Yeah, another stretch guy. Just depends on who you are. If you're a relief guy, a lot of the relief guys, especially in the majors, like to just do stretch. You don't see a lot of wind-up guys coming out of the pen doing full wind-up very often.
And that one came in there for ball 3, and he bounces ball 4. Good stop back there by Cody Kilpatrick. And the first man of the inning is on there for the Billings Expos. That's one of those situations, James. If you walk the first batter of the inning, they have about a 70% chance of coming in to score.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the last thing you want to do if you're a pitcher is walk the first batter.
And he's off to
you see too.
He's off to a big lead over there at first. And that one is fouled straight back. Cooper Hanson, so they go from Cooper Stallman to Cooper Hanson.
Yeah, 2 Coopers in a row.
Cooper Hanson, the first baseman, is up to bat here. 0 for 2 on the day, with a grounder to the shortstop, and the runner goes there. Let's see if Kilpatrick can't get him. High throw there, and he is able to take second base. As I was saying, Hanson has grounded out to the shortstop and has flown out to center field today.
Stallman nearly overslid the bag there as well, stealing second base.
Yeah, they tried slapping that tag on late there and seeing if they couldn't catch him, coming off, but no dice. And that one is low for a ball. 2-1 count now to Hanson. Trooper's been used to playing with that big lead there last week. Let's see what they can do here with just a 3-run lead in the late innings. That one is smacked into the hole over into right field. Comes in and feels it. Their runner is going home, and the first baseman cuts it. No play at the plate there, as an RBI single to right by Hanson scores Stallman.
Hanson put that in the perfect spot, right in between the first base and second baseman hole, and was a little bit slow getting out to the right fielder, and the right fielder tried to bring it home, but cut off by the first baseman, and wisely cut off by the first baseman as well.
Yeah, you don't want to give that runner over there on first. You don't want to give him a chance to be on second, and then all of a sudden it turns into a big inning for him.
Yeah.
As that one is grounded over to second base, let's see if he can turn it. Flips it to Hamrick, and Hamrick over to first is in time, and he gets him. They roll the double play here, and great job over there by Stowe and Hamrick to turn that double play. 2 outs here now in the top of the 7th, as the Expos have already pushed across 1 run, making it a 1-3 game. Now up to bat here we have Trevor Golick, the DH. Golick 0 for 2 on the day with a pop out to first base, and he takes a mighty hack there and almost falls down there, James.
Yeah, he was swinging for the fences on that one.
He was not going to get cheated on that one, I can tell you what. And just as we saw with a lot of those Bozeman players last weekend, Golick is one of those with no batting gloves.
Yeah.
That one comes in for a called strike, now a 1-2 count with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Mortensen comes set. And that one is smacked into right field. Can he get there? Easily does, and that will put us away for the 3rd out. You are listening to Trooper Baseball on KWYO 106.9 FM, and you can also catch the live stream over on SheridanMedia.com or the Sheridan Media Facebook.
If you're looking for social media management, web development, videography, graphic design, or assistance with grant writing, then Redinger Technologies is your solution. They can help you change your marketing execution capacity today, leaving you to do what you do best, run your business. Give them a call, 307-285-0105, or find them online at redingertechnologies.com. Redinger Technologies. Let the professionals handle it for you.
Being a truly great dental practice isn't just about treating patients. It's about finding meaningful ways to serve in your community. Dr. Michelle Meehan encourages you to get involved. Donate to local charities. Serve on a board. Sponsor local events and sports teams. Volunteer your time and give back. Sheridan's a wonderful place with so many awesome nonprofits that could use your time and talents. Dr. Michelle Meehan, sponsoring Sheridan Troopers Baseball on SheridanMedia.com and KWYO.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to the action here as the 7th inning stretch wraps up. You a big Sweet Caroline fan there, James?
Who doesn't love Sweet Caroline? Baseball, too?
Yeah.
The perfect combo.
It is.
Like peanut butter and jelly.
And a quick correction here. The last batter there for the Billings Expos was actually Owen Olagus. He was the one there to fly out to right field.
Subbed out for Trevor Golick. Or Golick was subbed out for Owen Olagus. He was the last out there for the Billings Expos.
This is Mortenson's first at-bat of the day as he came in relief there.
A lefty, number 14 for the Troopers.
Looks at 2 balls to begin the at-bat. And yet another one inside for now a 3-0 count. We'll see if he has the take sign here. More than likely will. Yep, comes right down Broadway, but Mortenson says, nah, not gonna take my chances at it. 3-1 count now. Mortenson ready to go. And that one is outside, and we have our first man on base here in the bottom of the 7th.
Another leadoff walk / hit by pitch for the Troopers. 2 in a row.
Well, once again, you walked that first batter, and we just saw it there in the top of the 7th. That was the one to come around and score.
Yeah.
Over 70% chance.
Probably goes up for...
And Dubberly unable to get the bat back. He squared to bunt and did not like it, but could not get the bat out of the way in time, and it fouls off.
You got to think that percentage goes up in lower levels like the Troopers. I know 70%. That seems like that's probably MLB numbers, right?
So that is MLB numbers.
But it could go down too. Better hitters as well in the MLB.
Mortenson not off to too big of a lead there. We will see if Dubberly squares to bunt yet again. 0-1 count now. And is way inside, and he will be able to take second base there.
The catcher would have caught that clean. If it was a better pitch, the catcher probably would have got Brennan Mortenson there. He did not have a great jump off of first base, trying to steal that bag.
Ono Bradley's had quite the arm back there behind the plate today.
Pretty good day behind the plate. Oh!
And Dubberly can't get out of the way of that one as it smacks off of him.
That keeps happening. I would not be surprised if we saw a mound charging here pretty soon. I'm just kidding, of course. Don't charge the mound.
He'd really be dancing before the prom.
Yeah, there you go.
Rich Hall coming to bat here in the bottom of the 7th for the Troopers. Hall 0 for 3 today with a couple of flyouts and a strikeout.
He squares around a bunt.
And once again, didn't like it, but could not get the bat back in time.
All right.
That's got to be something frustrating to Coach Phillips there that, your batters don't like the pitch. They even try and pull back, but both times can't get out of the way. Hall squares again and is able to pull back without this one fouling off his bat.
I mean, you're basically gifting a strike to the opposing pitcher if you're pulling back like that and fouling it off.
We will see if Hall squares the bunt yet again. The first baseman is playing pretty far in. Hall does square. First baseman charges, and the catcher gets it. He throws it into right field. 1 run will score for the Troopers. Another will move to third base.
Right when we were talking him up, he makes an errant throw over to first base. First baseman probably should have had it, but that's a tough play for the first baseman. Trying to squat and cover first base like that as well.
Once again, that leadoff walk comes in to score, James.
Yeah.
Cody Kilpatrick comes to bat here, 1 for 3 on the day with a double and a scored run. This is exactly the kind of position that you want to be in. You're 3-hole up with 2 men on and 1 in scoring position. Late in the game, close game. Kilpatrick is one of those guys that you can really rely on.
Still no outs here, too, in the the bottom half of the 7th.
And the runner goes and will be able to take second base standing up as the ball bounces off Ono Bradley back there behind the plate. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Kilpatrick. Let's see. All it takes is just a little poke into the outfield, and Troopers will be looking at scoring a couple more. And that one must have been a little bit poorly placed there on the catcher as he
trying to block it, maybe hit him in the thigh or something like that.
You see the umpire giving him a little bit of time there, shake it off. And a 1-0 count to Kilpatrick. He smacks it into left field. 1 run will score. Phillips is waving around the second runner, and he is going to be able to come in without a play. That one looked like it was going to be close if that third baseman would have fielded that throw cleanly from the left fielder. But
even if the left field or the third baseman probably lets that one through, it's probably, it's a closer play than what they just got. So Expos probably wanted to let that one go there instead of cut it off. But it's 2 runs for the Troopers, so they are not complaining.
And that will bring Trevor Stowe up to bat. Stowe already with a big 2-run home run earlier, just actually last inning. 2 innings ago, back in the 5th. First one comes into him is a ball. One 1-0 count now. Kilpatrick takes his lead over at first, and Stowe looks back at the pitcher. A ball low in the dirt bounces.
Noah Crane, the pitcher here for the Expos, is having a tough time finding his zone. He's already hit 2 batters. He's had a couple bounce to the plate as well, so the Troopers have been able to capitalize on that as well.
And that one is a called strike right there to Stowe. Now a 2-1 count. Looks down at Coach Phillips. Gets the sign and steps back in. And here's the pitch. It is smacked into left field. And it looks like Kilpatrick will happily stay at second base.
Plant his flag at second base. Trevor Stowe having a heck of a day so far after starting off with a fly out pop up to the first baseman and an E6. He's at a home run and a single now in his last 2 at bats.
And that will bring a mound visit, as you had mentioned there, James. We will see if they will be making a pitching change here. I'd like to take this chance to thank a few of our sponsors here for Trooper Baseball. Trooper Baseball is being presented in part by McDonald's, Lodorn Lumber, Kilpatrick Creations, Dr. Michelle Meehan, Sears Hometown Store, Sheridan County Memorial Hospital, True Built Builders, Reniger Technologies, Auto Connections, Range, Sunlight Federal Credit Union, Cowboy Creamery, Kim Hall with ERA Carroll Realty, Wyoming Corporate Office, and Talk Local Talk Sheridan Podcast. And it does look like we are going to have a pitching change here, so we will take a quick break. You're listening to Trooper Baseball on KWYO 106.9 FM, and you can also catch the live stream over on SheridanMedia.com and Sheridan Media's Facebook.
Some of the best things about business are the connections you make. Whether you're working with people down the block, across the state, or on the other side of the country, Range can help keep your connections strong. I'm Gabe Reese, your Range Business Solutions Specialist. I'm here to make sure your business has the network service, internet, phone system, and video monitoring you need. With Range, you're connected to the best. One company, one network, all for one reason. You. Range.net.
Blodorn Lumber understands home improvement and construction in Wyoming. After all, as a Wyoming-based business, Blowdorn Lumber's been serving Sheridan for over 60 years. Heck, the Blowdorn Lumber Sheridan staff has a combined 150-plus years of knowledge. They put that to work for you every day. Have questions about your home project, new construction, or tools? Well, stop by Blowdorn Lumber in Sheridan. They're always happy to help you out. Blowdorn Lumber, serving Sheridan since 1957.
And welcome back here to Trooper Baseball. And the new pitcher for the Expos is Cooper Stallman, the former shortstop, now moving over to the bump.
Yeah, I got a couple spots have shifted around a little bit, and we'll get to those substitutions or movements here in just a second once we kind of figure it out.
It looks like the pitcher Noah Crane that was in there has moved over to third base.
Yeah. Noah Crane now third base.
And Anu Bradley going out to have a little chat there with Stallman. And the Troopers are looking to really take advantage of this no-out, two-man-on situation in the bottom of the seventh. Already 3 runs across the plate here. We have Michael Greer up to bat. Greer is 0 for 2 on the day with a walk and a scored run. He squares the bunt and pulled back. Ball 1. We will see here if the Troopers can take advantage of this bunt situation, move 2 runners into scoring position.
And it looks like Holst moved over to shortstop for the Expos as well. And Holst was playing second base earlier.
Called strike, just catches the black there on the outer corner of the plate. Michael Greer digs in there in the batter's box, and a little bit of a knee buckler there on a off-speed pitch, it looked like.
Looked like a good pitch, yeah.
First it looked like he wanted to wear it, and then it just slides right over there. First baseman playing in a bit, seeing if he is going to square to bunt yet again. This one is popped into right field. The runner will tag at second, and he is going to third, and will easily get in there standing up. At least a productive out there.
Yeah, he'll get there. Shortstop kind of cut it off there, so no play at third base. And now runners on first and third for the Troopers with 1 out.
Shortstop,
Slump's at second. Derek Slemp is now at second base as well for the Expos, so he moves from third over to second base.
And Kale Hamrick is going to dig in here for the Sheridan Troopers. And if you are just joining us here late, the Sheridan Troopers are in the light blue uniforms with the red sleeves, while the Bozeman Expos, and the runner is going and will not garner a throw from Anu Bradley there.
Looked like a first and third situation there, so he'll keep the runner at third base and not throw it down to second base.
As I was saying, the Billings Expos are in the dark blue with the pinstripes, as the Sheridan Troopers are in the light blue with the red sleeves. So now 2 in scoring position for Kale Hamrick. Hamrick swings at one and puts it into the parking lot. Foul ball for a 1-1 count now. Hamrick is 1 for 1 on the day with a walk and a hit by pitch. Made it around to third base a couple of times, but could not be pushed across to score.
Sheridan.
And that one is bounced there for ball 2, 2-1 count to Hamrick. Takes a look down at Coach Phillips. Coach Phillips says, "Get in there and give it a swing, kid."
Swing away.
anything to the outfield should score 2 on this one. As the pitcher fakes a throw over to third base there.
That's not a balk? I always thought that was a balk. I could be wrong.
I can't remember on that one there.
I guess if you step off the back of the rubber and then take a throw, then it's probably fine.
And he comes to the plate this time, and that will score 1 as the shortstop fields it, throws over to first base. And it is called safe.
It looks like the first baseman maybe dropped the ball on the transfer, I guess, but it was probably a little too close. Looks like the manager for the Expos is going to go out and probably have a word.
Nonetheless, Hamrick pushes Cody Kilpatrick across there and moves Trevor Stowe over to third.
Not an RBI for Hamrick, but he gets one cross nonetheless.
As Caden Steele steps in here. Well, he says, just kidding, I'm not quite ready. Give me another second. Now he steps in. Good lead over at first base there for Hamrick. As that one is, as Hamrick goes, and that one gets him by a mile.
Yeah, try to do a fancy slide there, try to sneak the right hand in, but they got the tag down nonetheless, and it's out number 2 for the Troopers.
The catcher for the Billings Expos, Anu Bradley, yet another caught stealing to do.
Yeah, he's had a good day from behind the plate. He's had to put a lot of work in, block a lot of balls behind in the dirt and stuff like that, but still gunning people down, so good for him.
Caden Steele here with an 0-2 count. Fouls another one straight back. Still 1 in scoring position for Steele here in the bottom of the 7th. The Troopers now leading 7-1, pushing across 4 here in this inning. And that one is rolled over to Coach Phillips over in the coach's box at third base.
A good gather and play there by Coach Phillips.
Showing he still has the skills going back to his playing days.
He's still got it.
Coach Phillips, for those of you who don't know, played in the Yankees minor league system after being drafted not only out of high school here for the Sheridan Troopers, but then went on to play junior college baseball and was drafted yet again when he decided, yeah, I think that I'll go and give her a go there for the Yanks.
Why not? Why not give it a shot?
This one is flown out to center field, and the center fielder makes a diving catch.
Man.
Wasn't sure if he was going to get there. That one really, kind of shifted over into that dead spot hole of the triangle out there. So the Expos are able to stop the bleeding here in the 7th as the Troopers push across 4. You are listening to Sheridan Trooper Baseball on KWYO 106.9 FM and also streaming live on SheridanMedia.com.
Sheridan Memorial Hospital is celebrating 2 important events this month, National Nurses Week and National Hospital Week. People are the most impressive and most important resource at Sheridan Memorial Hospital. That's why this time is set aside to recognize the dedicated healthcare workers, physicians, volunteers, and other health professionals who strive to fulfill the hospital's mission to serve our community with excellent patient-centered care. Sheridan Memorial Hospital, medical excellence right here at home.
Have you heard? There's a new local podcast coming called Talk Local, Talk Sheridan. It'll be Sheridan focused, talking with business owners and locals about everything and anything to do with Sheridan. If you're interested in submitting a topic or would like to be on an episode and discuss something to do with Sheridan, then send an email to info@talklocaltalksheridan. And be sure to listen for future updates on Talk Local, Talk Sheridan, including when the first episode will be launching.
This is Troy Baker with Hammer Chevrolet, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Trooper Baseball here as we start the top of the 8th inning today. Once again, if you are just joining us, the doubleheader that was scheduled for today has turned into a 1-9 inning game. Troopers lead 7-1 here in the top of the 8th against the Billings Expos.
Xander Holst up to the plate for the Billings Expos, and he moved over to short last inning from second base.
Pops one up here. Will it stay in play? And it does.
What a play.
Made a little basket catch there. I don't think that he realized it was going to stay in play either.
That was a long run for the first baseman for the Troopers.
Caden Steele there.
Caden Steele, yeah. He made the play. Good job. That's kind of the foul territory triangle of the infield, if you will, right in between that dugout on the first base side or the third base side.
That brings Garius Herget to bat here for the Expos.
Slump, yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Derek Slump, who is subbed in for him, is now at the plate. And Mortensen comes to the plate with a called strike catching the outer corner there. 1-1 count now to Slump. One out here in the top of the 8th. As Mortensen's ready to deal, and that one's a bit too far outside. Home plate umpire Keith Reichart says, I'll give you some outside, but
just
not that
a
far.
Bit outside, yeah.
Mortensen comes back with the 2-1, and this one is slapped foul just to the right of the first base line.
Just misses it. Tries to make a play of his own, but he just misses it, slipped through his legs.
He can stay down.
A classic Bill Buckner.
He got to stay down on those.
You got to stay down on him. And that's why he's the umpire.
2-2 count now to Slump as he steps in, and Mortensen gets his sign from Cody Kilpatrick. And the pitch is swung on for, fouled off right there. Once again, those are one of the hardest plays for catchers because it's never going to come in there exactly where you had planned on it as it bounces off that bat.
Yeah.
A little bit of an off speed. Another foul ball there. So Slump doing a good job here for the Expos, fighting off these 2-strike pitches. And Mortensen catches him looking. He says, "Can I help you?"
A backwards K leaves a pair of shoes.
Number 28, Riley, Coney.
Riley by Coney.
Bikinen,
excuse me. Now at bat here. Watch a strike one go by.
Looks like he subbed in for Ethan Osnes, the left fielder.
As Mortensen comes back, gets a swinging strike. And Kilpatrick wants this one high. But Mortensen says, let's just go ahead and strike this guy out right now.
Yeah.
So Mortensen strikes out yet another looking to end the top of the 8th inning. The Troopers lead 7-1 here. And you are listening to Trooper Baseball on KWYO 106.9 FM and streaming on SheridanMedia.com and Sheridan Media's Facebook.
Ready for a new career? TrueBuilt Builders, Sheridan's leader in custom post-frame buildings and homes, for over 24 years is expanding their workforce and is currently taking applications for all skill levels. You'll work for a community-oriented building company that's been supporting local sports teams, rodeo, FFA, 4-H, and more. You'll be offered a competitive wage depending on your experience with an opportunity for advancement and training. Contact Jim or Brenda at TrueBuilt Builders, 752-0631, or email truebuiltjobs@vcn.com. Buffalo. McDonald's restaurants in Sheridan and Buffalo are currently looking to fill part-time and full-time positions. The benefits include pay of up to $15 per hour. And even better, you can work today and get paid tomorrow. Benefits include health insurance, paid vacation, tuition assistance, flexible scheduling, food discounts, and more. If part-time works better, there are a variety of part-time positions that are extremely flexible. Apply today in person. McDonald's in Sheridan and Buffalo.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Trooper Baseball here from Thorn Rider Stadium and Ernie Rodolini Field. It is the bottom of the 8th inning. Troopers leading 7-1. We got Nate Killian starting it off for the Troopers. Takes a look down at Coach Phillips there, who says, "Go get him, kid," and steps in. That one coming in a little bit low, it looked like. And
Killian's got a walk on the day. He's got a single, ran into a fielder's choice as well, and then flew out to right field. So one for 2 on the day so far. With a
as
walk.
he watches another ball go past, 2-0 count now to Killian, who is the right fielder today for the Troopers. .2-0 pitch comes in way inside. Yet another one of those that, if you really wanted to, could have just turned a bit and take his base down there.
Killian's got an interesting step too when he's getting set for the pitch that's coming in. He sets up almost like he's trying to pull the ball out, stepping almost towards the shortstop instead of right at the pitcher like you normally see.
And he smacks that one into left field. Bad read by the left fielder, and it gets over his head. Killian rounding first base. The left fielder falls down, but Coach Phillips says, let's not get greedy. Let's just stay over there at second base.
Smacked that ball. Pulled it right over the left field's head. He was playing a little bit in, and he got a bad read to start, and it went right over the top of his head, and then he fell down in the dirt over there at the warning track.
The only dirt around.
Only dirt around, yeah.
Now stepping in for your Troopers.
The Expo outfielders are really having a heck of a time today, James, reading these fly balls.
It's interesting. I don't know if they're having a tough time reading it off the bat just because something is blending in with it, or maybe just not playing it because of the wind. But the wind doesn't look like it's having that much of an effect out there. Just looking at the flags, maybe it's blowing just a little bit, but not as bad as it was.
So a stand-up double for Nate Killian brings Brendan Mortensen to the plate here. Check that. We actually have Anthony Carlson, who is going to pinch hit for Mortensen, which will mean that we will have a pitching change for the Troopers as well in the top half of the ninth. That one is fouled off. Now an 0-2 count to Carlson. I believe this is the first time that we've seen Carlson in action for the Troopers, at least here at home this year.
Got an 0-2 count now here. See if he can bring Nate Killian around after that double.
Carlson watches that one way above for now a 1-2 count. Let's see if he can't hit something over to the right side, at least move the runner over. And that one is low, now a 2-2 count.
Yeah, it looks like he wanted that one. He almost started to swing, but held up in time. Keep it a 2-2 count.
With the Billings Expos second baseman holding Killian on over there, there is a big hole to the right side. And cannot get on top of that curveball, so it now comes to a full count.
Works himself back to a 3-2 count after starting 0-2. Anthony Carlson doing a good job of battling here.
And the pitch is outside, and Carlson draws a walk.
Carlson draws a walk after starting 0-2. Good job by him. Not to chase anything, keep everything kind of in the zone.
And that brings us back to the top of the Trooper lineup for Carter Doublerly here today. He is 1 for 3 with a hit by pitch and a scored run. Takes a big hack there, just misses. Runners on first and second for the Troopers out there. Let's see if they can't build on this 7-1 lead that they have built throughout the game. Pitcher looks back at second, and this one is hit right back to the shortstop, who lets it eat him up. It is now bouncing into left field as he slips yet again. 1 run will come across to score.
Looks like they're having a little trouble with the outfield grass in terms of getting their cleats to stick in. And remember, they got to be wearing rubber cleats as well.
I do not believe that many of them are actually wearing cleats today, James.
Sneakers or something like that?
Just their turfs.
Yeah.
As I picked up the lineup from their coach, I heard a few of them discussing that.
Little insider knowledge from Derek Scott.
A big hack there by Rich Hall.
That'll go down for Carter Doublerly as an E6 more than likely.
That's how I scored it in my book, James.
That's how I will score it as well.
That one fouled off there. A runner in scoring position for Rich Hall here. No outs for the Troopers, an 0-2 count.
And I believe if they can get 3 more runs here, I think that will be the ball game. They won't even have to play the 9th inning.
That is correct. We will have the 10-run rule in effect at that point. 8-1 lead enjoyed here by the Sheridan Troopers in the bottom of the 8th.
Getting a lot of damage done here in the latter half of the innings, innings for the Troopers.
Looked like it took them a little bit of time to wake those bats up today.
Yeah, just wake up in general. I understand that.
Yeah.
They probably had to get here at about 10 a.m., give or take, and now here they are, mid-afternoon. Now they're swinging the bats pretty well.
And the 1-2 pitch is hit right back up the middle to the shortstop, who lets it eat him up again, and everybody is going to be safe.
Bases will be loaded here for the Troopers, and now they can really put this game away with Cody Kilpatrick coming up to the plate.
Cody Kilpatrick, last time at bat, had a 2 RBI single. He is 2 for 4 on the day with a single and a double. You're listening to Trooper Baseball on 1410, 106.9 FM, KWYO Sheridan. They are going to have a mound visit, and we will take a quick break.
Raise your hand if you're looking forward to spring or summer. All of us at Kilpatrick Creations certainly are. Family reunions, fundraising events, third Thursdays. Lots of opportunities for custom t-shirts, hats, and promo gear. Whatever you need to outfit your event coming up, Kilpatrick Creations is your best option in all of Sheridan County. We'll design your artwork, help you pick out just the right item for your budget, and in the end, provide you with quality, affordable custom gear. Only Kilpatrick Creations on Brundage Street in downtown Sheridan can do this for you.
Charlie Eisler here, owner of Auto Connections at 2514 North Main in Sheridan. Business has been terrific since Kim and I moved up to Sheridan permanently 3 years ago. Thank you, Sheridan. Cars, trucks, and SUVs, we have many to choose from. If you need a used car that won't break your budget, come see me. If you have bad credit or no credit, we can help. If you just want to talk baseball, come on by. Auto Connections, 2514 North Main.
Have you been into Sears Hometown Store lately? They have great deals, especially if you buy in bulk and purchase 10 or more appliances within 90 days. If you're a contractor, that means huge savings. They also have deep freezes in stock for the rest of us. Or maybe it's time to upgrade your mower. Well, the friendly staff at Sears can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Locally owned and operated. That's Sears Hometown Store. Big name, small town owners.
Selling your home or business without a real estate agent can be a lot like baseball. Home runs do happen, but not as much as strikeouts, fouls, or fly balls. What you aren't aware of in your transaction could leave you with possible unexpected...
There you go.
And we are back with Trooper Baseball. New pitcher here for the Expos is Xander Holst. moving in from second base there to come and pitch.
Shortstop. Moved in from shortstop.
Shortstop, excuse me. Cody Kilpatrick, 2 for 4 on the day, steps in against him. And he just bloops that one right at the second baseman. Not good contact there for Cody Kilpatrick. He is upset with himself on that.
Yeah, he'll be beating himself up for that one. Bases loaded, swinging first pitch, and he kind of just bloops one to the second baseman. Not real productive at bat.
That'll bring Trevor Stowe to the plate here. Stowe 2 for 4 on the day with a single and a home run back in the 5th. 1 out here for the Troopers in the bottom of the 8th. Bases loaded. We'll see what Stowe can do. And that one is a ball outside. For a day that at the beginning of the week looked like it was going to be a cold, rainy day like last week, we sure got treated to a great day here for some baseball.
Yeah, very nice day. Sun's out. Wind is kind of keeping it at a relatively cool temperature as well. So not too shabby. Hope it stays like this all year.
Yeah, that would be perfect, because I know that when we get to July there, we're going to be sitting there, missing that cold weather, as that one is fouled off by Stowe. 2-1 count now. Yeah, when we get into those 100-degree days, middle of the summer.
The dog days of summer, as they call them.
We're going to be singing a different tune.
Yeah.
2-1 count here to Trevor Stowe. Is smacked down the line. 1 will score. Coach Phillips is waving in another one. Third baseman cuts it, and 2 will score on that rip by Trevor Stowe.
Trevor Stowe having a heck of a day so far today. He's got that home run with the 2 RBI home run, and another 2 RBI single there. So a very solid day from Trevor Stowe.
As Carlson and Dubberly come in to score there. Runners on first and second now for the Troopers. And that one is just foul.
Yeah, he hit that one hard, and it just got to the left side of the line.
Michael Greer here at bat for the Troopers. Having an 0 for 3 day, says, I want to join in on the fun.
Yeah, he puts a charge into one. He should be able to. Even a single could possibly end this one here as well with Rich Hall on second base.
1 out here in the bottom of the 8th for the Troopers. And the pitch is hit to third. Third baseman. Oh! And the third baseman booted it. The runner tried to stop there on third base, just went past, and the third baseman was able to recover and tag him out for the second out.
Yeah, Rich Hall kind of overran the bag there as the third baseman was trying to get a grasp on the ball, and as he overran the bag, the third baseman was able to pick up the ball and tag him out for the second out of the inning.
So runners still on first and second for the Troopers here with a chance to end it early. Kale Hamrick steps in to bat. And a ball outside. Hamrick, 1 for 2 on the day with a single, a walk, and a hit by pitch. A single should, in theory, end the ball game here with the Troopers enjoying a 10-1 lead over the Billings Expos in the 8th inning.
Yeah, and they've gotten 7 runs across here in just the last 2 innings as well, so bats have definitely come alive in the last 2 innings for the Troopers, the latter part of the game.
Two 2-0 pitch is watched for a called strike.
Kale Hamrick would probably want that one back if it wasn't off speed. It looked like it was middle, and if he would have got a hold of that one could have ended the game.
Two and 1 count as the pitcher checks the runner at second base and brings it to the plate. That one is slapped foul. It's all going to come down to this last strike here, James.
Yep. All depends if we're going to play another inning, half inning of baseball or not. This last few pitches to Kale Hamrick.
2-2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. 3 runs already pushed across the plate here by the Troopers. As that one is grounded over to the shortstop. He will make the long throw to first, and it will not be in time. That is an infield single for Kale Hamrick.
Moves everybody a base over. Didn't hit the ball very well, but there's a long run over there for the shortstop, and not an easy play. And has to make the long throw over to first, and Hamrick beats it out.
Caden Steele now at bat here for the Troopers, who have now batted around here in the bottom of the 8th. And the first pitch to him is slapped right at the shortstop. That's going to be one that he's going to remember there, James.
Yeah,
hits it perfect.
Yeah, got a good contact on it, but it was right at the shortstop, unfortunately, for the 3rd out.
And that'll take us to the 9th inning here. You are listening to Troopers Baseball on KWYO 106.9 FM and also streaming over on SheridanMedia.com and on Sheridan Media's Facebook.
Have you been into Sears Hometown Store lately? They have great deals, especially if you buy in bulk and purchase 10 or more appliances within 90 days. If you're a contractor, that means huge savings. They also have deep freezes in stock for the rest of us. Or maybe it's time to upgrade your mower. Well, the friendly staff at Sears can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Locally owned and operated. That's Sears Hometown Store. Big name, small town owners.
Selling your home or business without a real estate agent can be a lot like baseball. Home runs do happen, but not as much as strikeouts, fouls, or fly balls. What you aren't aware of in your transaction could leave you with possible unexpected issues and could leave you heading back to the dugout. Real estate transactions require a professional. So if you're looking for that, call me, Kim Hall with ERA Carroll Realty at 520-227-5543. That's 520-227-5543.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Trooper Baseball here. It is a beautiful day at Thorn Rider Stadium as the Troopers are enjoying a 10-1 lead over the Billings Expos. Top of the 9th coming up as we have a pitching change for the Troopers.
It's Trevor Stowe on the bump for the Troopers.
Trevor Stowe is now going to have his hand at pitching. First pitch from him, a little bit low, comes in as a ball.
Moves over from the second base spot, and Anthony Carlson moves over to second base.
That one is watched for a called strike. 1-1 count now to the top of the lineup for the Expos, Dylan Bird. As he watches that one outside. Bird today 1 for 3 with a single back in the 3rd inning. Now let's see if Stowe can come back from that 3-1 count and avoid walking the first batter of the inning. And that one is swung on, grounded over to second base. It is bobbled and thrown not in time for the out at first base. Runner is safe.
He made the more difficult play, which was trying to get that short hop over at second base. But then on the transition, he kind of muffled it. And Dylan Bird is able to get there to first in time.
Carlson was that pinch hitter last inning that came around to score one of the 3 Trooper runs. Runner now on first base as Anno Bradley watches a strike go by.
Anno Bradley. Yep.
Excuse me. He's had a heck of a day back there at catcher himself.
Yeah. Doesn't have the lead or anything, but he's been working nonetheless.
As that curveball doesn't quite do what Stowe intended.
Stowe looks like the guy that the Troopers are probably going to lean on in the 9th inning if things are getting close. This looks like it's just extra work for him at this point just to get his arm going a little bit. So I believe he came in.
And that one is thrown past first base, and the runner is being waved around to third. Let's see if they make the play, and he throws it over to third. Not even close to in time. That one should have been one that the first baseman just held on to right there.
Blocked it like a catcher almost, and then or tried to block it like a catcher at first base. If that was a possibility, but yeah, that was a dangerous throw, trying to get it all the way over to third from the right side fence.
So now a runner on third base for the Expos here in the top of the 9th as Bradley swings at that one. And Stowe comes back to the plate, brings another strike that is fouled off.
As I was saying, Stowe looks like the guy they're probably going to lean on in those closer games in the 9th inning, because I believe he came on as the game got a little bit closer against the Bozeman Bucks in Game 2 last weekend.
Once again, that curveball not quite doing what Stowe is hoping for, and is left there for a ball. 2-2 count here in the top of the 9th. And that one is called for a looking third strike.
Strike 3, pair of shoes, as Dennis Eckersley likes to say in the booth. Window shopping.
And that brings up Stallman, the pitcher for the... the one-time pitcher back in the 7th inning for the Expos. Started at shortstop today. Watches yet another ball go by. 2-0 count now to Stallman.
The Troopers, after this game today, they'll be hitting the road to take on Bozeman tomorrow. There is snow in the forecast, so we'll see if that one still ends up getting played. But as of right now, they are scheduled to go against Bozeman tomorrow afternoon.
Then come back and join us next weekend here on the Saturday the 14th to watch the Troopers take on Powell. Here at home, first game of the doubleheader starts at 1 p.m. As you had mentioned, James, hopefully we can continue enjoying this great
Yeah, if it stays like this,
weather.
I'll love it.
That one is fouled back into Cody Kilpatrick's glove. Full count now with 1 out here in the top of the 9th. And the payoff pitch is swung on and missed by Stallman. That is the second strikeout of the inning for Stowe.
Number 14, Cooper Hanson.
And that brings Cooper Hanson to the plate now, who is 1 for 3 on the day with a single. Fouls that one back. And Stowe is ready again. That one bit high and outside for ball 1, 1-1 count now to Hanson. And Stowe comes back with yet another ball, a bit high and outside.
Looks like Stowe's kind of hitting his spots, even if those are balls. It doesn't look like he's missing by too much.
He definitely looks comfortable up there.
Yeah.
It's not like he looks nervous or anything like that.
Yeah, he's got a very smooth delivery out of the windup with the guy on third base.
Of course, with that 9-run lead, he's a veteran. He knows, hey, if that one, comes in on wild pitch or a hit, then so be it.
Yeah,
let's just worry about getting the batter.
Yeah.
He does lose the battle there and walks Hanson, bringing Caden Fox to the plate here Fox is 0 for 3 today and had grounded into that fantastic double play back in the 7th inning. And he is looking leany over there at first base. Looks like he has a little bit of the jittery legs there, James. He's wanting to take second base.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll see. I mean, with 2 outs, we'll probably see a throw down here from Cody Kilpatrick, but maybe not as if he doesn't get a good grip on it. I wouldn't expect him to try to get a grip on it and then throw it down.
1-1 count now to Fox as he takes a look down at his third base coach. And the pitch is smacked over to shortstop, and thrown over to first to end the game. Hamrick was able to field that one and make a nice play over to first base to get the third out of the inning here and wrap up the game for the Troopers, keeping that 10-1 lead.
Yeah, didn't let a run across. Trevor Stowe, good job keeping that man on third base after the error from the second baseman at the top of the inning. Keeps him over at third. He also tried to pick off, but then he got all the way over to third, still with no outs, and he was able to work around it.
We will take a quick break and then be back to wrap things up. You are listening to Trooper Baseball on KWYO 106.9 FM and streaming over on SheridanMedia.com.
Things are shaking at Sunlight Federal Credit Union. They have upped their CD rates and are offering a 1-year CD with a 1.77 APY, a 3-year CD with a 2.28 APY, and a 5-year CD with a 2.79 APY. All require $500 minimum deposit and early withdrawal penalty applies. Let Sunlight help you see your money grow. Stop by their location in Sheridan on Sugarland Drive or take a look online at sunlightfcu.com.
That Redinger Technologies is your solution. They can help you change your marketing execution capacity today, leaving you to do what you do best, run your business. Give them a call, 307-285-0105, or find them online at redingertechnologies.com. Redinger Technologies. Let the professionals handle it for you.
This is Troy Baker with Hammer Chevrolet, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back here to the Troopers broadcast. Just to wrap things up a little bit here, the Troopers win the ball game 10-1 here in the 9th inning. Did end up having to go the full distance, but
I would say Trevor Stowe is probably our player of the game. He had a home run, 4 RBIs on the day, home run and a single. So very solid outing from him. Played second base and then closed out the game. Wasn't officially a save per se, but he closed it out nonetheless. So a very solid game from him. Cody Kilpatrick also had 2 RBIs, came around to score twice as well. And yeah, just a great game from the Troopers. 10-1. They started off just a little bit slow. And again, it's one of those morning things. You know, they got to get here at about 9:30, 10 o'clock. And they're kind of doing stuff until game time, and then finally wake up once the game starts going. So a little bit slow to start the game, but they kind of got things rolling, and it's a good win for the Troopers, 10-1. We want to thank some of our Trooper baseball sponsors as we get out of here. McDonald's, Blodorn Lumber, Kilpatrick Creations, Dr. Michelle Meehan, Sears Hometown Store, Sheridan County Memorial Hospital, True Built Builders, Redinger Technologies, Auto Connections, Range, Sunlight Federal Credit Union, Cowboy Creamery, Kim Hall with ERA Carroll Realty, the Wyoming Corporate Office, and Talk Local, Talk Sheridan podcast. Those are our sponsors, our broadcast partners for the show and the game here today. Big thank you to them. We would not be able to do any of this stuff, any of the broadcast, the live broadcast, anything like that without their help. So a big thank you to them as well.
The Troopers move to 6-1 on the season here, and if weather holds up, will travel to Bozeman tomorrow, but it does sound like it is supposed to be snowing up there.
Yeah, it looks like as the game was ending here, it looks like they were beginning to get more snow. And our next broadcast for Troopers Baseball will be when they're back at home on the 14th. That's a Saturday, is that correct?
That is. Next Saturday, the 14th, the Troopers will be taking on Powell here at home.
And that will be at 1 o'clock for the first game and then 3:30 for the second game. So make sure you stay tuned for that as well.
Be sure to catch all Trooper home game broadcasts on KWYO 106.9 FM, along with being able to see the live stream on SheridanMedia.com and over on the Sheridan Media Facebook. From here, us at Sheridan Media, we want to thank you all for tuning in or listening to us today, and we will catch you next time.
1410 AM, KWYO Sheridan, Classic Country.